joint venture and partnership. Now, when people are going into this type of deals, they assume that they are the same thing, but they are not. In law, two things may appear the same on the surface level, but in total, they are not the same. It's called prima facie, means on the face level, it might look like it is it, but if you dig deep down, it isn't it. It just has little similarities, but the dissimilarities are way more than similarities. And this is what it pertains in joint venture and partnership. Now, both joint venture and partnership, they need agreements. And joint venture is a form of partnership, but it is different from another type of partnership, which is the general partnership that everybody knows. But they mistake joint venture for it. Now, this is the distinction and the similarity I want to come and talk about to you. So, like I said, if you're a new and OG business owner, you need to sit down, take out your pen and paper, and write on this. If you want to go on ChatGPT, you are free to go on ChatGPT to ask for these similarities and differences. But there's a way a human will tell you these things that ChatGPT will not tell you with emotions. You see the way I'm bringing out emotions to tell you these things. Before I go into the dissimilarities, that's differences between joint venture and partnership, let me talk about its little similarities. Now, remember at the start of the video, I said joint venture is still partnership, but the mistake most OG and new business owners make is that they think they mean one and the same thing. Now, where they mean one and the same thing is that number one, both joint venture and partnership makes use of two or more people, companies, or businesses. So it's either two or more people or businesses come together to carry out that transaction or agreement, which is the same thing as a partnership. Now, the second similarity between the both of them is that both make use of agreements, but that's as far as it can go when it comes to similarities. But then the differences is where it really matters. For the differences, which is the interesting part of this video, joint venture is for one business only, and that's the end of that partnership. While partnership itself is for that business and other continuous business that the partners may deem fit in the future. Now, the second difference is that joint venture is for a specified period, while the other partnership can run it in perpetuity. So joint venture, you have to state in the agreement, is it for 6 months? Is it for 1 year? Is it for 12 years? Is it for 10 years? For it to come to an end, it cannot continue for as long as time immemorial. But the general partnership does not have a specified time frame. It doesn't. Another difference between a joint venture and a partnership is that for joint venture, you may or may not choose to register it with the Corporate Affairs Commission since it does not run in perpetuity. It depends on what the partners want. If the partners want it to be very formal, they can register it to the Corporate Affairs Commission. But if they do not want it to be formal, they can leave it like that. But for partnership, you must register it with the Corporate Affairs Commission. It is mandatory. Now, another difference between a joint venture and a partnership is that a joint venture is not used for every type of transaction. There are specific transactions that require joint venture agreements based on its peculiar nature. So that is why legal guidance is needed before going into any joint venture agreement. But partnership, general partnership, it is used for all and any legal and lawful activity. Now, another difference between a joint venture and a partnership is that a joint venture, when it comes to profit sharing and control, it's usually unequal. It's usually, in most cases, it's unequal. But partnership, the partners can decide for it to either be equal or unequal. The rights lies with the partners on that. That's under general partnership. So note that. Now, the last and final difference between a joint venture and a partnership is that in a joint venture, the liabilities from that project is only limited to the project. It does not stretch forward to the partners in that project. But for partnership, the partners themselves, they are jointly and severally held liable for the liabilities of that business. So if the partnership is supposed to pay $3,000, it is not only the partnership that will pay that $3,000. The partners will also pay that $3,000. So you see, there are like, I think I've mentioned like six differences between a joint venture and a partnership. So why would you just use one for the other when you really do not understand what it means? That's why I wanted that you're watching this video if you're a new and OG business owner that goes into these types of partnerships or agreement, watch this video, understand this video, and apply it well when next you're about to go into any type of business arrangement. As a lawyer who frequently drafts this sort of agreements for businesses or partners, I will tell you for a fact that many businesses and partners do not know this, but I'm sharing this with you because I want to help your business. So the next time you're about to go into any business that has the name joint venture or general partnership in this, ask yourself this one question. Are we, by we, I mean partners, building a business together, or we are trying to just achieve a one-time goal? Once you get that answer, you'll be able to know whether you are about to go into a JV or a partnership. And like I said earlier on in the video, always seek legal guidance. It's not everything that you know. Okay? Have yourself a lovely day. And don't forget to like and follow this page. Namaste.